Look, I've just mentioned that high amongst policy issues requiring aggressive debate is education. We're betraying our children, make no mistake about it. They're leaving school with their understanding of their own history and geography, punctuation, spelling and grammar, intellectually bankrupt. The problem is the graduating teachers are from the same system. They too know little about history, geography, spelling, grammar and writing. And you know something? For all the billions of dollars that are spent, there's not one education minister across the issue. In New South Wales, the only hope of the side is Mark Latham. If I were the Premier, I'd make him Education Minister. But if they don't know anything about history and geography and can't spell and can't punctuate and can't write, this is why a mother has written to Mark Latham about her three-year-old at school and the books that they're trying to read, the three-year-old. Let Mark tell the story and you be angry and do something. Mark, good evening to you. Thank you for your time. Childcare, 3 years old. They're being read a book, Pink is for Boys. Mark.
Well, Alan, this is at the Warriewood West a childcare centre, an outfit called Only About Children. They actually run 75 centres around Australia, and they've decided in the month of February that the children aged 3 and 4 need to be introduced to the topic of gender diversity. Through these books, Julian is a mermaid and Pink is for boys. And they're trying to justify this in the most bizarre manner possible. In New South Wales, they set up a thing called the Children's Guardian. And they put out some guidelines, I don't know whether they needed to, about child safety. The Children's Guardian is supposed to look after things like the foster care system, the adoption system. But they've put out these guidelines. They're not binding. And they've been taken up by Only About Children to say that it's mandatory to read these particular books and be teaching gender diversity to 3 and 4-year-olds. Well, the Children's Guardian's there to stop child abuse, and there are many, many parents, including the parents who brought this to my attention, to say that pushing gender diversity upon 3 and 4-year-olds, the idea a little girl can be a boy and vice versa, is confusing. It's sexualising kids who've got no awareness of this. It is, in fact, a form of child abuse.
Let me just read what Childcare have described Pink is for Boys. Quote, the book rethinks and reframes stereotypical blue-pink gender binary and empowers children and their grown-ups to express themselves in every colour of the rainbow. A lovely opportunity for our toddlers to learn more about identity, gender stereotyping, colours, accept
wickedness. Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi. Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi. Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi. Bahasham, Qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach well and rule well, who taught me this truth. Peace and salutation to the Akim, the fellow laborers, the hopeful elect, pushing this truth at risk of their own lives throughout the 4 corners of the earth. To the Ak with the listening and learning, Shalom. It's your brother Shema from the Pillars of Benjamin Camp here in Toronto with another lesson. And I was going to let the video play through, but the Spirit jumped on me reading this. This wickedness, man. Right? Jeremiah 51 verse 7. Jeremiah 51 verse 7. And it reads, Babylon hath been a golden cup in Yahawah's hand. All caps, Lord, Yahawah. All right, and what is this golden cup? What's this golden cup? This has been them being at the pinnacle of the world, untouched, right? America the Great, Babylon the Great has been a golden cup, untouched, right? In Yahawah's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. And what's her wine, man? Her philosophy, her doctrine, her way, her democracy, right? Revelation 17 verse 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, right? And the woman represents America the Great, Babylon the Great. And decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. And that's her riches, her costliness, right? Having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations, right? And this cup in her hand is her way, is her ways, her philosophy, her doctrine, right? Full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication, right? And that's what America the Great has done. It's pushed nothing but abominations, filthiness, spiritual fornication, as well as physical fornication, right? And that's what America the Great, Babylon the Great has done. and their whole spirit, the whole vibe, their whole energy is of spiritual is the vibration of Egypt and Sodom, spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom, man, right? And pushing this is just wickedness, man, right? And I'll probably get a strike, right? I'll probably get the page will get torn down, but we got to speak out against it, man. This is wickedness. It's abominable. This is abomination, right? The Most High is against this. You know what I mean? Deuteronomy 22 verse 5. We'll get that scripture next. Let's watch a little bit more of this. I don't want Ratazah.
Acceptance, inclusion and diversity. Mark, they're 3-year-olds. I mean, this Julian is a mermaid. And they've got illustrations to enter the topic of gender diversity with images that can be discussed about gender diversity and a boy who desires to be a girl. 3-year-olds, Mark.
Yeah, Alan, it's frightening. As the parents wrote to me, said that their child and the other children, they're learning how to go to the toilet, how to speak properly, how to do play, how to make friends. They'd love their children to be learning some of the basics of reading, but to take them down the path of gender diversity at ages 3 and 4 is completely and utterly age inappropriate. It just shouldn't be happening.
No.
And the justification for this is
what's
completely...
the Education Minister doing? What's the Education Minister?
Well, I think the main thing is for parents to be taking their kids out of these childcare centres, for the childcare centre itself to look at the material from their curriculum development officer who's got this all wrong. There's no justification.
Well, there's an app. The parents can check only. The parents can check this only about children. Warriewood West mobile app. There it is. There's an app there only about children. Warriewood West. It's available to all parents. I mean, as a 3-year-old, the child's still learning, as you say, Mark, to talk and use the toilet. This is childcare, planting thoughts in the little boy's head, totally inappropriate. Mark.
And the federal and the state ministers should take off this centre, the registration. They shouldn't be registered to look after 3 and 4-year-olds. This is age inappropriate, and I regard it as completely wrong. And the children there are sort of becoming pawns in the political ambitions and ideals of these adults who run the centre, pushing something that just shouldn't be exposed. Like if people, when they're adults, want to make all these decisions, well, you know, so be it. But 3 and 4-year-olds, there's a sickness in this, Alan, and the centre should be losing its accreditation to operate and look after 3 and 4-year-olds.
Good on.
Yeah, 444. It's the vibration of America the Great, man. Babylon the Great. This is who they are, and this is what they do. You know what I mean? And it's wickedness. Leviticus 18 verse 1, and it reads, and the Lord Yahawashi spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel. This is when we came out of Egypt, ancient Egypt, and say unto them, I am Yahawah your power. Here's the point, verse 3. After the doings of the land of Egypt, Mizraim, house of bondage, wherein ye dwelt, right, where we were slaves, where we were under yoke, under bondage, shall ye not do? We're not supposed to do the ways of what was going on in ancient Egypt, right? And America the Great, Babylon the Great, today is spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom. Revelation 11 verse 8, right? After the doings of the land of Canaan, where we were going, the land of Canaan, more Hamites, whither I bring you, shall ye not do, neither shall ye walk in their ordinances. Right, and these are what's going on today, as in the days of Noah. These are the things that were taking place. Right? Yahawashi has to come back, man, because this is nothing but wickedness, man. Right? A little boy storybook wearing female garments. Deuteronomy 22 verse 5. We'll close out with this. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Right? It's plain as day. Doesn't need a breakdown. Women aren't supposed to wear man's clothing. Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. Right? It's plain as day. Doesn't need a breakdown. A man's not supposed to wear woman's clothing. For all that do so are an abomination. Abomination. Abomination means wicked. Evil in the sight of the Most High. Mixed marriages. Right? spiritual and physical fornication, right? These are things that the Most High frowns upon, right? For all that do so are abomination unto Yahawah thy power. The Most High is not dealing with it. And I mean, it's wickedness. That's why Yahawashi has to come back and melt this place. But yeah, I pray you're edified. I just wanted to touch on that, man. Right? And this is what this is their rhetoric that they're pushing. Teach daycare curriculums, man. Right? 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds, man. Wickedness. But yeah, I pray you're edified. I don't want Rataza. Stay prayed up, ceasing. Kwame Asharala. Wa Abad Baba.